Now this game is probably one of the best games to come out for the PlayStation 4. Oh wait, wrong one. This game is one of the best games to come out for the PlayStation 4. Ghost of Tsushima is probably one of my favorite PlayStation 4 games to have come out, along with Spider-Man and the Final Fantasy VII Remake over there. Being one of my favorite games, I was stoked when I found out that Ghost of Tsushima was getting free DLC. Already this game is super cool, but the problem with it is it ends, as all games do, but it's got a story, and when you finish the story, there's not much to do right after that. There is a New Game Plus, but, you know, if you beat the New Game Plus, then what? Well, let me tell you. Move over Apex Legends, Dragon Ball Legends, because we're going to be playing Ghost of Tsushima Legends. So what is Ghost of Tsushima Legends? Well, basically, Ghost of Tsushima Legends is a co-op multiplayer mode in which players will be able to choose from 4 different classes and fight multiple Mongols in different missions based on Japanese mythology. It's pretty cool. So yeah, a type of multiplayer game that you can play online in this Ghost of Tsushima. But now let me explain exactly what it is and the gameplay for it. Well, right off the bat, you're going to notice 2 new icons on the main menu. If you downloaded it and updated it, you're going to see the New Game Plus, that's always pretty cool, and the Enter Legends mode. And whenever you hover over it, it becomes all red and a bunch of these cool little papers come. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of scary. Just scrolling down and all of a sudden a red light shows up. So we start off with this old guy who looks like a grown-up Jin, and he tells us the story of Tsushima's survival. Not the Mongol invasion we saw in the real game, but I assume a Japan mythological version, as told as a legend. It's not really confirmed, but that's what I'm guessing. Basically, Grandpa Jin tells us that the Mongols brought demons to Tsushima, and that the ghost of the fallen samurai can defeat and save Tsushima. Only the ghost of the fallen samurai can do it. That's basically the story, although it's not really important since it's just an online co-op version of the main game, so let's get into gameplay. Basically, Jin's abilities have been split into 4 different classes. Samurai, which is the basic attacks and items Jin can use like kunai and stuff like that. Archer, which is only restricted to Jin's bow and arrow and his different type of arrows, you know. He also has the ability to see enemies through rocks, which is pretty cool. Assassin, which is Jin's pretty much ghost mode, gets all Jin's ghost abilities and moves. And the final one, which is a little bit special, Ronin, because usually you don't play as Ronin, and really the only move that they have that's part of Jin is their healing, and they have another special move only tailored to them that I'll get into a little bit later. So after you explain the different classes, you're thrown into gameplay and get to try out each class, all Samurai, Assassin, Ronin, and you know, whatnot. After playing through all of them, in my opinion, the best one is the Assassin. If you don't know, all these classes also get Jin's sword attacks, so they can also attack normally like Jin can, but then they have their special abilities. And so that pretty much makes Samurai not as good as everybody else, and in my opinion, Assassin is the best, because you can go in head on like you normally would with Jin, but you can also turn into ghost mode and kill a bunch of enemies. And I don't know if you know this, but a bunch of enemies are sent at you during this mode. Now, it's not just one at a time like in the normal game, you have to fight a huge group of them. So using the smoke bomb and killing them all secretly is a way better strat than just running in with gameplay. But again, this game is for 4 people, so if you're by yourself, then Assassin is the best way to go, but with 4 people, you can pretty much choose whoever you want. They're all pretty much equal in strength. Each character also has an ultimate attack, which is a move that they can build up through the battle and can be used to defeat a large amount of enemies at once. Specifically, I think it's about 3 enemies. I would compare it to the ghost mode in the normal game, but these ultimate moves really have no control, and you can only really kill 3 enemies at once. The Samurai does a quick slash on each enemy in quick succession, just like a true samurai. The Archer strikes lightning down on its enemies. The Assassin gets a mode like the Ghost where he quickly kills the enemies, but he's got a cooler move, like this one. And finally, the Ronin's ultimate attack really isn't an attack. Instead, any party member or team member around them who is dead is immediately revived, and I believe they get full health too when they're revived. This one is really useful, especially if you're fighting a bunch of Mongols and most of your team members are dead. If the Ronin can't catch up to you, since the Ronin can revive a character if he's right next to him, then he can just use this move and everybody gets up. It's a pretty useful move. I also want to talk about one of the special moves that the Ronin can use, not their ultimate attack, just the special move that they're able to use. You see, all the different classes' special moves are just things that Jin could do that have been split and separated into each of them. However, the Ronin have one special move that you cannot do anywhere else, and it's only in this co-op mode. This move is called Kamui, in which the Ronin literally summon a lightning dog to help you attack the enemy, just like Kakashi. This move is probably one of my favorite moves, and it really sucks that it was only in this co-op mode. However, it probably wouldn't have made sense if it was in the actual story. After testing out the classes, you get to finally choose which one you want to be for your first few missions. It can't be changed, so it's not a permanent decision. So of course, for my first battle I chose the samurai because I'm a samurai through and through. Just pretend it's a katana, okay? I'm a real samurai, alright? Okay, so here is the lobby. This is where you go as soon as you choose your class. It's actually a pretty decent lobby. It kind of reminds me of some other battle royale games. Anyway, something cool I noticed is there's actually a way to customize your character. I don't know about the other guys, but for samurai you can change the gear, technique, appearance, and even the emotes. Oh yeah, did I mention that this game has emotes? That's right. These characters can actually move and make happy little animations if they've defeated the enemy. You can use this to ask for help or just celebrate a victory. It's actually pretty funny. So anyway, you can actually change some of the techniques, appearances, gear. From what I could tell, when you start off, you only get to change your appearance, and that's only bare to like a few different masks. Everything else you have to unlock by playing the actual game. So anyway, I chose this one that looks kind of like Kakashi's mask, but there's other ones too. I was thinking about choosing the Eggman one with the huge beard, but it's kind of weird. Even though the game is co-op and online, you can play by yourself during the campaign missions, which I decided to try out, and... yeah, I got annihilated, which goes to show you should probably play with other people, otherwise you're basically playing a super duper ultra hard mode. Online mode looks pretty fun, and while I haven't gotten 4 people to play online co-op with me, from the videos I've seen it looks like it's a great time. There have been some really cool teamworking and Mongol eliminations thanks to the co-op. I really feel like anybody who has this, Ghost of Tsushima, should update this and definitely try to get some people to play with, since it looks like it's a lot of fun. All in all, I think this feature is really cool, or this addition anyway. It really adds a lot more replayability to Ghost of Tsushima, which is, again, such a great game. So adding any type of replayability or, you know, anything where I can play more of this game and its gameplay is super dope. So, yeah guys, that's pretty much Ghost of Tsushima Legends. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah.